Okay, so lately I've been kind of obsessed with the idea of how random it is that I'm here. I mean, one day I was in France and I had a job and I had this crazy idea of cycling from Vancouver to Patagonia, and now I'm here. I'm riding through Mexico, I'm going south. I mean, I don't know, does it happen to anyone else that you have a plan or an idea or something in mind, and I don't know, just like life happens and all of a sudden it hits you, you're actually doing what you said you would do. I don't know, sometimes it just feels unreal, like I'm living someone else's life or I'm living in a dream. I've been reflecting a lot about something that Seneca said, and bear with me, I know it can sound very cliche, but there's a lot of truth to it. So there's this book from Seneca called On the Shortness of Life, and I remember reading it some years ago when I was, I would say, obsessed with work. I would think about it, dream about it, and talk about it all the time. The book had profound effect on me, but I remember reading this one quote that went something along the lines of, life is long if you know how to use it, but incredibly short if you let it slip away. And I remember just calling one of my friends who was a bit worried about me being obsessed with work and telling him, that's it, that's the end of me working on the weekends, working overtime. I mean, I did of course work overtime some days, but to make a long story short, I promised myself I would start using my time as the precious thing it is. In fact, this whole journey from Vancouver to Patagonia is about that. And not only am I making the most of my time right now and enjoying every single day, I'm also giving my future self so many memories. I realize I haven't showed them up in a while, so here is how the whole route is looking like so far. Here in Mexico, I'm following something similar to the Trans-México bikepacking route, and it looks more or less like this. I love thinking of what I'm doing right now as a present for my future self. I love knowing that I'll always remember cycling through the Sierra Madre, an uphill battle followed by the stunning views as a reward. The last thing I need while going up. I'll always remember the excitement of finding a cool place to camp. Sometimes in the heart of a pueblo mágico, exchanging stories with the locals. Others surrounded by nature. And of course, I'll never forget the unexpected delight of a little cat choosing to grace me with its companionship for a memorable night. It was so funny to see how he was getting more and more comfortable. And how by the next day, we have become best friends. I'll remember the cities, that's for sure. Mainly because I would say this is my favorite city ever. Every time I would see a new city. But honestly, who can blame me? Zacatecas, Guanajuato, San Miguel de Allende, and all the little pueblos mágicos. I mean, how can you choose? It's so hard, but I can see El Cristo Rey up there. But a local person came and told me, like, why didn't you take the road? Like, I'm just dumb like that. Here's the biggest shade I was able to find. So I guess this is gonna be my lunch spot. I'll just sit here and make the most of it. Whew. Of course, not everything was easy and perfect, but as we know by now, it's all part of the journey. So coming back to Seneca, I don't know how much time I've got left, but I know this. I'll always remember my epic adventure through Mexico. And I'm not even done yet, but it really feels like my senses are always on overdrive. It's like stepping into a world where music, color, and culture are turned up to the max. From the lively beats of the music that seem to follow me everywhere to the vibrant shades that adorn the streets. It's a sensory explosion. The festivals I stumbled upon were pure energy, with dancing and celebrations that made me feel alive. Mexico truly knows how to put on a feast for the senses, and I'll forever carry those vibrant memories with me.